Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name is John Bull, and we are finally back. It's been so long. As you guys know, I was on vacation last week, and during that time, folks, I'm an engaged man. But also during that time, we had a 2x Void, and we pulled it, so here is that summon. Okay, as you can see, folks, that might have been the actual worst summoning session I've ever had. And quite honestly, it's taken the sales out of this account a little bit, because now we're kind of stuck. We really needed some champions that are going to be more impactful than the ones we have, and the only one that's even close is this Kurzad. So Kurzad's pretty cool. He has a A1. It will hit twice if the first one's critical, so you gotta build him with crit rate. But the other one places the big decreased speed debuff for 2 turns, and so that's a 100% chance. So that's actually pretty legit. His A2 is an AoE, and each critical hit is going to fill by 7.5%. Also pretty good because you know you're building him with crit rate. And then his A3, also pretty solid. Increase accuracy, and then decrease defense 100% when booked. Which is good because we didn't have that before. We didn't have a decreased defense. The problem I'm running into him currently is that he's super squishy. And it's like, is he a debuffer where I can build him tanky, or is he a nuker where I can build him a little bit more squishy? And so he's just running this middle ground. So this is what I got him in right now. Yeah. So that's where we're at with it. It's a little bit of an awkward position that we have. But we did get him at 172. This is with everything at 12. And he's still 5-star. So he's going to be our next 6-star for sure. I think we even have a little banner for him. It's not the best banner in the world, but it does have a little bit of speed and a little bit of accuracy, which is what we're looking for. But yeah, besides that, folks, like, think about this account. This is going to be a complaining episode for the most part, I think. This account's basically 90 days. All Voids. We focus on Voids. We hyper-focus to get Voids. And really, we've only gotten 2 epics. The other 3 have been through, like, achievements in-game. And the 2 epics I've actually gotten from shards have been, honestly, just bad. I've been thinking about Towering Titan. At first, I wasn't, like, too disappointed. It'd be nice to use somebody different. But, like, what's he bringing that somebody else does? Okay, so he's got to provoke. Well, realistically, Teryx is going to do a better provoke than that, because Teryx is 75% on everybody. He's 100% on 1, and then 50% chance on 3 other ones if he hits all 3 of the other champions. I guess the big increased defense is good, and the decreased defense on the A1 is okay, but we already have that in a Boro. And then Battle Sage is okay. Battle Sage is fine. I have her in a stun set with the A1 AoE. But the A3 is basically worthless. And then the A2 is good, but I kind of have a better cleanse and Reliquary Tender. So it's just been a huge, honest letdown. So some other champions on my radar that will get built up are going to be Doomscreech. Doomscreech is pretty cool, but really it's just one ability that's cool. Like I was looking at this. Okay, so has a 25% chance of placing the big decreased accuracy, kind of whatever. This is a really good ability. Big increased defense and 30% turn meter. That's great. But this one here is an AoE, but it's on a 5-turn cooldown, and the shield's only on himself. I think if you're going 5 turns, I think it's totally okay for him to put the shield on everybody. Gear Grinder's good, but I don't really have a need for him. He's a straight healer and reviver. The heal is okay, you know, 15% heal with a little 20% of that 15% back. I mean, he's good, and he'll be leveled up and put in faction wars. Yeah, I hardly even know what to do. Because now we're at this point where, okay, let's look at the tournaments. What do we got to do? Okay, well, there's an artifact enhancement. I don't really feel like blowing all my silver on that. The dungeon divers the second one that they put out is basically unattainable. I got that first 30 points. And as far as tournaments go, I've already maxed out the classic arena, which was, again, a pain in the butt. Tag team, I'm already out of my keys. Fire Knight, we've maxed out. You know, Plarium's really kind of taking the sales out of this account right now. Between the events that they're putting out and the, I mean, it's not their fault, but the bad RNG of, the summon session, so. But on the bright side, we do have this close. We're at 550 virtually. We need 700. But really how that comes down is I can't just sit and try to go through a list. I have to refresh this every 15 minutes and see where I'm getting. So we're going to do that here in a second. And what else? I mean, we got, over the last week, we got all the way to stage 90, and then we're hard stuck on 90, but I'm honestly pretty proud of that. I have been farming this Griffin, and we lose sometimes, but we win more times than not, and so that's been pretty good for the account, because we were just able to farm up a ton of regen and other gear like that. You know, we're starting to get a little bit of 6-star gear creeping in here, so that's good. So we're still able to make some progress. It's just the progress is gonna be way slower than I thought it was gonna be prior to the prior to the summon session. Okay, so what I want to do now is I just kind of want to go through some of my gear and see if we can just make some minor upgrades, specifically when it comes to speed. So I don't have a single sword of regen that has speed on it. What about helmet? So that's at 6. This is already at 5, so maybe if we can get a little roll in there. And both of these are solid. Or Broadmaw, nope. So we're just kind of, not necessarily a gear cleanse. Can we get that to 8? And I'm not going to spend a ton of silver. Like, I'm not going to take anything to 18. Okay, so like this is the kind of upgrade we're looking for. Okay. And then shield. Shield might be a tough one to beat. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it does look like we actually have an opportunity of getting a new Void, rare. Looks like it's going to be part of the fusion. So after I'm done with this cage bound checkout, what we're going to do is we're going to maybe take a look at that and see how he can help us. Okay, so I got a double roll here. I lose 30 accuracy. I guess the question is do I have any accuracy banners that are worth it for me to throw on? I do, but I lose speed. but we're gaining a ton of speed there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little swap here, throw that accuracy on, and we're going to come back in here. I think it was this one here. Yeah, because this is good. We get a little accuracy back, and 15 speed is just giant. Like, we can't turn that down. Okay, this one has accuracy and speed. This might be a tough one to beat. And we might be able to beat it right here, though. I don't really feel like losing speed. I feel like my whole goal today is just increase the amount of speed that we get on our champs. Like, strictly speed. Okay, but defense and speed's there. I think this one can go to 12. Dang. You really don't want crit damage on your... I want to try to keep the accuracy amount above 200. So I think we're just good from there. Any better gloves? No, not really. That's a ton of extra defense, too. I kind of guess I never really fully processed that. Okay. So it looks like we're just good there. And those are both adequate enough. Okay, I'm going to take a second to see if I can find a screenshot of this new champion, and then I'll be back. Okay, we are going to thank Hell Hades for his video this morning. Looks like we have Branch Arm Laser. Folks, this is not my strength. Cool looking champion from Sylvan Watcher, so that would be great. Help to fill that faction wars. 95 speed, which is okay, I guess, and 17k health, which is just okay, I guess. I mean, it's fine. It's a rare. Like, we know that it's not going to be super great, but man, looks amazing. Let's see what the A1 is. Looks like that A1 is going to be a 3-hitter. Awesome. Like to see that. And each hit's going to heal this champion by 3% of their max HP. Hey, I kind of like this because, you know, it's not going to be... Sometimes those abilities like this depend on, like, how hard you're hitting. It's like 3% of the damage dealt or 30% of the damage dealt. And I kind of like that it's just 3% max. Or each hit is just 3% straight up. So this is a little bit 9% heal every single time he's hitting, which is pretty cool. I quite like this ability. I think this is pretty good. Okay, let's see what the A2 is. So pulling up the A2 right now. It's going to attack all enemies 2 times. Okay, each hit is going to have a 50% chance of placing the small decrease attack for 2 turns. And then places a shield buff on all allies equal to 20% of this champion's max HP for 2 turns. Okay. And this book's down to 3 turns. And the decrease attack is going to be a 75% chance after you book it. Hey, that is quite the ability. I think that has a lot of uses in a lot of different areas. Just an AoE decreases attack is good. It's kind of disappointing that we kind of already have Cagebound kind of doing the same thing, probably a little bit better because it's a 100% chance. But that's all right. Okay, let's look at the A3. A3 is going to be 15% strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns. So the small strengthen. But then also places a provoke on 1 enemy. Now that one's not great. But it books down to 4 turns. Well, you know what this might be helpful for, actually. I need to look. So currently I have, and we would need to play with this, but we only have the small decrease, we only have the small ally protection from Cagebound. So what this might be able to do with that A1 being a heal, and the A2 having a shield, and then extra decrease attack, if we put him in a Guardian set, and maybe an Immortal, we might be able to make ourselves a nice little extra ally protector in Clan Boss. So, in my mind, I'm thinking that the Slixus dies fast, like right away, every single time. So, if I can maybe replace him, now we're losing just raw damage output, but if we can get Giant Slayer on him, and put him in a Guardian, he might be able to keep everybody alive a little bit better, plus a shield, plus a strengthen. This might be our key to getting a 2-key brutal attack. Because right now what we're doing is, this is our team here. It's Broadmaw, and then Tree Shield, Cagebound, Aboro, and then Slixus. And the Slixus just goes down right away because he's got no healing. You know, Cagebound and Aboro are both in lifesteal. These two are both in regen. So if we have him in ally protection, or in the Guardian set, that's providing some additional damage reduction for everybody that Cagebound's already doing. Plus the A1 heals him. The Guardian's going to heal him, and a strengthen, and a shield. This might be just an opportunity to make us tanky enough to get in there and maybe just push some damage. Because right now, we have on times 2-keyed Brutal, but we're really, really close. We typically do about 9 to 10, and we need 21.7. So if we get him, gear him up real good, we might be able to make that happen. So let's see. Let's do this. Let's make a global preset about something that we might be able to make for him. Okay, I do have some Guardian gear, so let's see what that looks like. So we're gonna go fitting room, and we can can we preset manager this? What's going on? Global. Let's find a champion that's maybe not built up or has no gear on him. Probably somebody's got to have no gear on him. All right, my second Ox doesn't have any gear on him. Okay, let's take a look here. So Guardian. So we forged some Guardian at some point today. So we need him super fast, so he's going back, getting his turns as much as possible. We need a little bit of accuracy, but we actually don't need that much because we already have that decreased attack coming from Tree Shield and him. So actually we can kind of just straight up avoid accuracy. Now for faction wars it might be beneficial, and of course we missed that speed. This could have just give me a little bit of it. Okay, so there's 10. Okay, this could be a really good piece here. Give me just double speed. Nope, I'm not even gonna roll that next section up. Okay, here, then another pretty solid piece. This one's going straight to 12. Give me some speed. A little bit of speed. Okay, so we already have 2 pieces with 20 speed on top of that. That's a good start. We might be able to get a little bit more out of this if we can. Alright, double resistance. Not terrible. We might have to go try to... Okay, if we can go super hard in the speed section. Nope. Crit rate and resistance just go so well together. Okay, here's another good piece. Oh my gosh. It's like they know that what we want. We've just not been hitting the luck in this account. Let me just double speed here just to make me feel better. Alright, so now if you're looking just top row set, we can we go fitting room, and it would look like Tryon, and we can glyph this, Tryon. Okay, we really don't have any good pieces here, so it's just gonna have to be this no matter what. Maybe we can get a speed subset on 12. We do not. Okay, I mean that's just gonna have to be what it is. All right, so now what we have to do is find a way to get some. We want him to have he's got to have a chest piece that is HP. That because of the shield on the A2. Okay, so we do have one. It's got no speed on it. So let's see. There's not a single HP chest plate with substat of speed. That's absolutely insane. Wow. Let's just see what we have for speed boots. I might actually have. We're probably gonna have to do a broken piece here, which stinks. I would really prefer not to do that, but Let's see if I have any 6-star speed boots. That's going to be a big help if we do. And then rank and rarity. Do we have any 6? I do have some 6. Okay. We have a couple 6-star speed boots, actually. All right. We actually have some good options here, which is good. So if we could get a nice resistance chest piece, that would kind of mesh nicely. But, you know, for faction wars, we're likely going to want him to have some sort of accuracy. These are my reflex. Shoot, that's actually in use. We'll just try that on. I mean, that's just generally a good piece. I don't even know if we have to complete a set for that. And so then here, let's go chest piece. Let's just see what defense percent brings. Because if it has speed, it's probably worth it. And then we just try to upgrade that with a substatus. My gosh, folks. We probably just have all of them put to use. That's what it comes down to. I mean, this retainer's chest piece is probably just going to have to get nabbed because it has a little bit at least. Okay. So what, can I save this as a preset? I'm going to save this as global. Ooh. I'm going to save this as a global preset. So then what we do is we have something. So at least we kind of have a build going into it. Okay. And then let's take a peek. We're going to have to go to Tree Shield, I bet, for this. I don't even have a banner. Oh my gosh. Well, now I know what we're doing today. I'm kind of excited by this prospect of this upcoming fusion. We have to have... I don't have one HP ring. What is happening? Everything is falling apart. Like, even this, like, you think it'd be good, but we really don't want crit rate or crit damage. I feel like everything is just caving in on itself right now. Okay, this is at usable, I guess. Oh my gosh. What's happening? Alright. Alright. So I think we're going to have to go into the spider's den today and do some serious work. But otherwise, I think that's going to be about the whole video, folks. I really appreciate you stopping in and checking out what we have going on. Comment down below if you think that Void Rare is going to be helpful in my clan boss, or is Slicksis just going to do so much more damage it's not even worth my time. Otherwise, folks, don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I will see you folks on the other side.